It was a typical Friday night, March 8, 2014. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, a Boeing 777, stood on the runway in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Its destination, Beijing, China. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, a veteran pilot, took his position in the cockpit. He was joined by First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid. At 12:41 a.m., MH370 received clearance for takeoff. It lifted into the night sky, beginning its journey. Then at 1:19 a.m., the transponder went silent. The aircraft vanished from radar screens, leaving behind a chilling void. The initial reaction was confusion, not panic. Air traffic controllers assumed a technical glitch, a temporary communication error. They attempted to contact MH370. Their calls met with only static. Minutes ticked by, each one stretching into an eternity of uncertainty. As the minutes turned into hours, a chilling realization began to dawn. MH370 was not simply experiencing a minor issue, something was terribly wrong. Malaysian authorities declared the flight missing at 5:30 a.m. The world watched in disbelief as the news unfolded. The disappearance of a large passenger jet in the 21st century was almost inconceivable. Yet MH370 had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. A massive search and rescue operation, one of the largest and most complex in history, was swiftly launched. Led by Malaysia, the effort involved over 26 countries, deploying ships, aircraft, and sophisticated underwater vehicles. The initial focus was the South China Sea, the last known location of MH370. However, the search was hampered by vast distances, treacherous weather, and the lack of any concrete leads. Days turned into weeks, hope slowly fading with each passing moment. The families of the missing passengers clung to every shred of news, their anguish amplified by the lack of answers. The search zone shifted dramatically when analysis of military radar data revealed that MH370 had deviated significantly from its planned route. It had flown west across the Malay Peninsula, then south over the Indian Ocean, far off its intended course. This revelation only deepened the mystery. Why would the plane have taken such a radical detour? The new search area, a remote and unforgiving stretch of the southern Indian Ocean, presented even greater challenges. The depths were immense, the currents strong, and the seabed largely uncharted. The search teams were now looking for a needle in a haystack, their task made even more daunting by the vastness of the ocean. For the families of the 239 souls on board MH370, the disappearance was a nightmare come true. They were thrust into an agonizing limbo, caught between desperate hope and crushing despair. Days turned into weeks, then months, with no word, no closure. The families gathered in hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Beijing, their faces etched with worry and grief. They clung to each other for support, finding solace in shared pain and flickering hope. The world watched their ordeal with empathy, their collective grief a poignant reminder of the human cost of this tragedy. The lack of answers only amplified their suffering. Theories abounded, but concrete evidence remained elusive. The families pleaded for the truth, demanding to know what had happened to their loved ones. Their anguish was a heartbreaking testament to the enduring power of love and the profound pain of loss. Section 5. Shifting Tides of Data. As the search for MH370 continued, investigators turned their attention to a new source of information: satellite data. While the plane's transponder and primary radar contact had ceased, it had continued to exchange faint signals with a communications satellite. These handshakes, while not providing precise location data, offered vital clues about the plane's general direction and altitude. Analysis of these signals revealed that MH370 had flown south for hours after its last contact with air traffic control. This information, combined with fuel calculations, led investigators to conclude that the plane had likely crashed somewhere in a remote area of the southern Indian Ocean. The shift in search area, based on this new data, marked a turning point in the investigation. It narrowed down the search zone considerably, but it also presented new challenges. The southern Indian Ocean is vast and unforgiving, with depths exceeding 4,000 meters in some areas. The search had become a race against time, as investigators knew that the longer it took to locate the wreckage, the slimmer the chances of recovering the flight data recorder and uncovering the truth behind MH370's disappearance. Months turned into years, and the search for MH370 continued, driven by a combination of technological advances, unwavering determination, and the hope of bringing closure to the families of those lost. While the main wreckage remained elusive, pieces of debris began to wash ashore on islands thousands of miles from the suspected crash site. The first confirmed piece of debris, a flaperon from the plane's wing, was found on Reunion Island in July 2015, over a year after the disappearance. Subsequent discoveries followed, with debris washing up on the shores of Mauritius, Madagascar, Mozambique and Tanzania. These fragments, while providing tangible evidence of the plane's fate, offered little insight into the cause of the crash. They were meticulously analysed, their barnacles and marine growth studied for clues about their journey across the ocean. Each piece offered a glimmer of hope that the full wreckage might one day be found, but they also served as a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. The lack of a definitive explanation for MH370's disappearance has fueled endless speculation and a multitude of theories, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Some experts believe that a catastrophic mechanical failure, such as a fire or decompression, could have incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. Others suspect a deliberate act, pointing to the plane's deliberate course change and the lack of a distress signal. Theories range from pilot suicide to hijacking, but no credible evidence has emerged to support any of these claims. Some theories venture into the realm of conspiracy, suggesting government cover-ups, alien abductions, or even deliberate crashes orchestrated for insurance purposes. While these theories lack evidence, they highlight the human need to find explanations for the unexplainable, especially in the face of such a profound and unsettling mystery. The truth, as elusive as it may be, likely lies somewhere within the realm of human error, technical malfunction, or a combination of both. Until the main wreckage is found and the flight data recorders are recovered, the mystery of MH370 will likely remain one of aviation's most perplexing unsolved cases. The disappearance of MH370 sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, exposing vulnerabilities in tracking systems and prompting calls for enhanced safety measures. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the International Civil Aviation Organization, or ICAO, implemented new regulations requiring airlines to track their aircraft more frequently. New technologies such as real-time tracking systems and improved flight data recorders have been developed and implemented to prevent a similar incident from occurring. The industry has also focused on improving pilot training and mental health awareness. The tragedy of MH370 served as a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, with all our technological advancements, there are still limits to our ability to control the skies. It highlighted the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety and the need for international cooperation in the face of such unprecedented events. Years have passed since MH370 vanished without a trace, yet the mystery continues to captivate the world. The lack of a definitive explanation, the absence of closure for the families, and the sheer scale of the disappearance have all contributed to its enduring hold on our collective imagination. The search for answers continues, albeit on a smaller scale. Independent researchers and experts in various fields continue to analyze the available data, hoping to uncover new clues that might lead to the wreckage. The story of MH370 is a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of our world. It is a tale of loss, mystery, and the relentless pursuit of truth. While the answers may remain elusive, the memory of those lost continues to inspire efforts to improve aviation safety and prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. The disappearance of MH370 will forever be etched in aviation history, a stark reminder of the mysteries that still lie hidden beneath the surface of our world.